Archangel Michael says, my beloved child, a person in your family who has already passed away, he is sitting nearby now and feels very sad to see you. His spirit, once bound by time and memory, now lingers near your shoulder as you breathe. He whispers your name, but you cannot hear it yet. His sadness is not rooted in anger, nor in disappointment, but in love, the kind of love that outlasts the grave, the kind that hovers when you are asleep, the kind that prays when you forget to. He has been watching you for many nights, seated beside the quiet lamp when you think you're alone. He is the cold breeze that moves the curtain, the flicker in the bulb, the soft pull in your chest when a memory strikes out of nowhere. His soul is yearning for you to know the truth. He is pleading, with trembling light, that you will open this. Because if you don't, something will go unseen, something that was always meant to be uncovered. Archangel Michael says, this isn't a joke. This is about your safety. This is about your purpose. You must open this in a lot of hurry. I command this by the word of God. The Spirit of the Lord is surrounding your home right now. You think it is just another ordinary moment, but the atmosphere around you is divine. Heaven is breathing close to your walls, and the angels are walking up and down your stairs. Something spiritual is happening in silence, and you do not even know the magnitude of it yet. But it is real. God says, rest assured, my child. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. I am with you. But you must trust me now more than ever. There is a presence in your house. Not an evil one, do not be afraid, but one sent to awaken you. The loved one who has passed on is not here by accident. He has been given permission to be near you now, because there is a divine timing involved. Heaven has released him to stand beside you to warn, to comfort, to alert. He has been crying, not because he is suffering, but because you are about to. He sees the choice you're about to make. He knows the door you're about to walk through. And he knows what's waiting on the other side of that door. That is why he's here. That's why the wind has felt different lately. That's why your dreams have been trying to show you things, even though you've been forgetting them by morning. The spirit world is not far away. It is just one breath away. And today, it is closer than it has ever been before. You were never meant to find this message by accident. This is your divine appointment. Heaven arranged this. This moment is written in the book of light. Everything around you is standing still right now. Can you feel it? Even time has paused just long enough for you to listen. The Archangel stands beside your front door. His sword is not raised to harm, but to shield. His wings have covered the threshold of your home, because something from the outside has been trying to get in. Not through violence, but through manipulation. Not with aggression, but with charm. There is a woman. Finally, God is exposing this woman. She has walked with a smile and spoken sweetly to your face. She has pretended to care, to help, to be trustworthy. She has made herself seem small, innocent, even weak. But behind your back, she has been weaving lies with threads dipped in jealousy. She is not a stranger. She has been in your kitchen. She has touched your belongings. She has asked questions that seemed caring, but her heart was never pure. She has laughed in rooms where you were being discussed like a puzzle to be broken. She knows more about your private life than she should, and not because you told her everything, but because she has watched and listened through others. She knows what you fear. And that is what she uses. Finally, God is exposing this woman, not to hurt you, but to save you. You have prayed for clarity. You have asked to be shown the truth. And this is it. She is the reason your peace has been slowly crumbling. She is the reason you've been second-guessing yourself. Her influence has entered like a soft wind, so quiet, you didn't notice until the foundation began to tremble. Your loved one, the man who has passed, has been screaming in the spiritual realm for days. Show them. Show them, he cries. They are too kind. They are too trusting. They are too blind to see what this woman is doing. He stands behind you even now as you read these words. His hands are glowing, trembling. He prays with holy urgency that you will take this seriously. Your house has become a meeting place of spiritual voices, some divine, some deceptive. That is why you have felt so much confusion lately. That is why your dreams are scattered and your energy feels drained. There is a war not of flesh, but of influence. What voices will you believe? What faces will you trust? God says, you must purify your space. You must cleanse what was left behind. A gift she gave you, it holds a spirit that does not belong in your home. You remember the gift, don't you? Small. Harmless. Pretty, even. But it was never meant to bless you. It was a key meant to open something else. God is not angry with you. He is protecting you. This is why he speaks today, not with thunder, but with precision. Trust in him. Pray with honesty. Let your tears fall if they must. The moment you pray, even silently, the heavens will rush to you like water into an empty well. Archangel Michael still waits at your doorway. He is watching who comes and who goes. He is watching for the moment you say, "Yes, Lord. Show me. Reveal it all." The woman who once looked so safe, she is not who she says. But God is not revealing her to destroy her. He is revealing her so you can walk away with peace before the damage grows deeper. This is not about revenge. This is about prevention. You have already suffered enough. And God has seen every tear. There is a shift coming. You may not see it yet, but it is already in motion. Something is about to be removed from your life, and though it may sting at first, it will be the greatest relief your soul has felt in years. You are not alone in this. The man who loved you in life now loves you stronger in spirit. He is still family. He is still yours. And he has been assigned as a protector in this hour. Not forever, but just long enough to make sure you see the truth before it's too late. God says, I heard your cry when no one else did. I watched you walk away from the mirror when your heart was breaking, and you didn't tell anyone. I saw what they said behind your back, and I kept you from hearing all of it, so you wouldn't be destroyed by the full weight of it. Now is not the time to confront. Now is the time to withdraw quietly. Do not explain yourself to everyone. Not every spirit deserves your voice. Not every soul deserves access to your light. She will notice your distance. She will ask questions. She will try to re-enter softly. But let your silence be your shield. Let your intuition be your sword. Let prayer be your constant whisper. Everything that is being revealed to you now has been hidden for too long. You have known pieces of it, sensed hints of it, but this is the full unveiling. This is why the timing matters. That is why your loved one was sent now. That is why Archangel Michael has been assigned to you now. You are not imagining the signs. The candle that flickered on its own. The phone call that dropped without reason. The dream with the woman's face fading into darkness. These were not coincidences. These were signals. Heaven is trying to tell you, prepare. Not for fear, but for freedom. Because when this woman is no longer near you, something inside you will finally breathe again. You will be lighter. Your thoughts will feel sharper. Your faith will rise without obstruction. But before that happens, you must let her go. Fully. No lingering conversation. No holding on to guilt. She has made her choice. Now it's time for you to make yours. Choose truth. Choose peace. Choose the guidance of God over the appearance of kindness. He will not let you fall. He is already lifting you. Even as you read these words, your spirit is responding. That is the stirring you feel in your chest. That is not fear. That is awakening. This is your time. Do not look back. Do not return to what God is releasing you from. There is a table prepared for you, a spiritual feast, rich with clarity, strength, and new joy. But it cannot be shared with those who seek your silence. Those who envy your spirit must eat elsewhere. God has spoken. And now you know. My child, even now, she feels something slipping from her hands. She senses the shift in you, though you've said nothing yet. And so, she may try again. With a new tone. A softer approach. She may suddenly care about what she never asked about before. She may offer help. She may try to remind you of the moments she stood by you, but they were not for love. They were for leverage. She has kept a memory of your vulnerability. And she used it like a lockpick, one gentle word at a time. But now the lock is broken. The door she used to enter is being sealed shut by heaven. Archangel Michael is standing in front of it, his hand glowing like the sun, and his voice thunderous in the realm where prayers move. He says, "Enough. The time has come. She can no longer enter." And God agrees. The hand of the Lord is resting upon your shoulder. He is not shouting at you. He is not angry. He is gently lifting you into awareness. He says, "My child, I have watched you pour out your kindness to the wrong people. I have watched you walk into traps with a good heart. But no more. This is the end of that chapter. This is the beginning of discernment. Let your spirit rise." The man who passed, the one who now sits beside you in spirit, has seen too much. He cannot bear to be silent anymore. His love for you never left, and in the realm beyond, that love has grown even deeper. He knows what you were meant to become. He sees how close you are to blooming into something extraordinary. But he also sees what this woman would do if she remains near you. She would prevent it. Not directly. Not obviously. But in tiny ways. Words of doubt wrapped in kindness. Suggestions that pull you away from your calling. Secrets whispered in rooms where your name is spoken with jealousy. And small acts of sabotage that you've blamed yourself for. Finally, the man says through tears that can only be seen by angels, finally, they see. Please God, keep their eyes open now. And heaven answers, I will. But you must protect what God is revealing. Not everyone deserves an explanation. The truth you carry now is sacred. Do not place it into the hands of those who do not honor the light. In the next few days, you will notice things. Little confirmations. A text message that doesn't feel right. A conversation that echoes the warning you've now received. An old memory you hadn't thought about in years suddenly returning, and this time, it makes more sense. That's not coincidence. That's revelation. You'll feel like crying, not from sadness, but from release. You'll wonder why you didn't see it all before. But don't blame yourself. Deception wears many faces, and the most dangerous one often looks like friendship. God never intended for you to carry this burden forever. But He allowed it for a time so you would learn, so you would see, so you would remember the power of His voice when it speaks. This is what it sounds like. It is the breaking of a false bond that once felt too strong to escape. It is the healing of something you didn't even know was sick. You are stepping into a new realm of discernment. Not suspicion. Not fear. But holy vision. The ability to see not just what people show you, but what their spirit reveals in silence. God is gifting you eyes to see what words cannot say. Use them well. The woman who was once close to you will sense the spiritual barrier around you soon. And she will respond, not with anger at first, but confusion. She will try to understand why the closeness is gone. She may accuse you. She may act wounded. She may even cry. But understand, this is not repentance. It is resistance. Do not confuse emotion with change. If she were truly sorry, Heaven would confirm it to you with peace. But you will not feel peace when she speaks again. You will feel something tightening in your chest. Listen to that. That is the voice of God's warning. And still, even as God removes her, He shows her mercy. Because even now, He is willing to heal her if she repents. But that is not your burden to carry. Your role is not to fix her. Your role is to protect what God is building in you. A spiritual inheritance is being passed down to you right now. From your loved one who sits beside you in the unseen, to the angels watching over your house, to the voice of the Almighty whispering into your soul, everything is aligning for your breakthrough. But the blessing cannot live where the deception stands. So she must go. And you must let her. Even if it hurts. Even if it means walking alone for a season. Because what is coming next for you is pure. And pure things cannot be surrounded by shadows. You will begin to dream more clearly in the coming days. Your sleep will no longer feel heavy. Your mornings will begin to feel lighter. The pressure around your heart will start to lift, as if an invisible weight is being pulled off your chest. That is not your imagination. That is the deliverance of God. You will laugh differently. You will breathe deeper. You will begin to create again, art, words, love, movement. The blockage is being removed. You thought you were just tired. But it wasn't tiredness. It was spiritual resistance. She was the source of it. But she is not your enemy. She is a broken soul who chose manipulation instead of healing. And God, who loves justice and mercy, has now intervened. He is not only protecting you. He is also inviting you to rise. To forgive. To walk away without bitterness. To rebuild your boundaries. To restore your quietness. And He says again, I am with you. Rest assured. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust me and pray to me. Prayer will be your key now. Even a whisper will move mountains. When you feel doubt creeping in, just say, God, show me again. Let me feel your voice. And He will. Over and over. Because you are not alone. The man beside you, your loved one, has not left yet. He will remain until this transition is complete. His presence will be warm, comforting, familiar. You may even smell something connected to him, a scent from childhood, from a memory, from a favorite item he once owned. This is how heaven confirms he's truly there. He will not stay forever, but long enough for you to cross into this new place without fear. And when he returns to the other side, he will do so with joy, knowing that you finally saw the truth. That you finally let go. That you finally chose God's clarity over the illusion of closeness. He is proud of you already. So is heaven. There's more. Even now, your soul is starting to remember things you had once buried beneath layers of survival. You didn't want to believe someone close to you could use your kindness for their own purpose. You gave them excuses. You defended their silences. You called it misunderstanding, timing, mood. But it was none of those. It was strategy. Her smile was not always genuine. Sometimes, it was a disguise. A calculated expression used to mask the truth she didn't want you to suspect. She smiled the day she hid something from you. She smiled the night she listened at the door. She smiled when she said things to others about you that you will never fully hear, but heaven heard it all. And now, God is exposing this woman not to shame her in public but to warn you in private. Because what she spoke with laughter, God saw as betrayal. What she did when your back was turned, God counted as a wound. What she planned in the quiet, God interrupted in the spirit. The angels moved that day. And they have been circling you ever since. Archangel Michael has been instructed to stand on guard. His wings have brushed against your home more than once. That sudden cold chill. That whisper of movement in the room when no one was there. That was not fear, it was protection. God wants you to know that your space is being purified. That no shadow can remain unless you welcome it back. And you will not. You've grown now. Spiritually. Silently. And beautifully. The enemy's access is denied. And though you may feel waves of guilt, even confusion for walking away from someone who once shared so many words with you, God says, it is not betrayal to walk away from someone I am removing. What feels like a goodbye is actually a deliverance. The door was never meant to stay open this long. You were just being merciful. But now, heaven is teaching you mercy for yourself. That you, too, deserve to be free. To be loved honestly. to be supported without manipulation. And that man who passed on, the one who once walked beside you in this life, he sees how you've tried. He's seen you cry without making a sound. He's watched you hold it all together for the sake of peace. But he shakes his head now. Not in disappointment, but in urgency. He says, they must not go another week like this. It's not their fault. But they must act now. Please. Someone show them. Someone make them feel it. And heaven listens. Because heaven always listens when love speaks. That's why this message was sent. This is not a coincidence. You were meant to see this. Meant to open this even with trembling hands. Meant to hear these words because they are the reflection of what your heart already knows, but your mind was too kind to admit. Now the veil is being lifted. And beneath it, truth breathes fresh air again. There will be peace in your home again. There will be no more sleepless nights trying to make sense of someone else's brokenness. There will be no more questioning yourself, wondering if maybe you were too much, too sensitive, too giving. No. You were not too much. You were pouring light into someone who had no intention of holding it. And you paid the price for that. But now God is canceling the debt. He's giving you back your strength, your discernment, your confidence. You will walk into rooms differently now. People will notice. They will feel something shift. And that woman will feel it too. She will feel the loss of access, not to your presence, but to your spirit. She used to know how to reach that place in you. But not anymore. God has sealed it. And now, she must find her own healing. Apart from you. You are no one's project. No one's emotional crutch. You are not a bridge for broken people to cross only to abandon you on the other side. You are a child of the Most High. And the days of spiritual misuse are over. Listen closely now. Because in the next 3 days, you will receive confirmation. Someone will say something without knowing the full story. Their words will echo what heaven is already showing you. Pay attention. Don't brush it off. The man who passed on is whispering into the ears of those you still speak with. He is guiding conversations, aligning timing, creating chances for the truth to be reinforced again and again, so that you never go back. And you won't. Because this time, you're awake. Your spirit has turned. You may feel like something is ending, and that is true. But more than that, something greater is beginning. The tears you cry now are not from pain, but from revelation. That moment when something hidden becomes clear. That sacred second when you see the full picture and feel both sorrow and strength at once. And God is saying, this was always part of the plan. I allowed her presence so that you would learn how to trust me more than people. But now that lesson is over. And your soul is graduating. You've outgrown her energy. That's why it's become so heavy lately. It's not depression. It's not stress. It's not just fatigue. It's spiritual dissonance. Your light is no longer compatible with her shade. That's why you feel tired when she calls. That's why your thoughts spiral after seeing her name. That's why your dreams have been warning you, even in symbols you didn't fully understand. Now you do. And now that you understand, you must protect it. Because the blessing coming to you cannot live in divided space. And heaven is pouring something sacred onto you soon, an opportunity, a connection, a spiritual renewal. But it will only land in soil that has been cleared of thorns. She was a thorn. But God, in His mercy, is removing her without violence. Without drama. Without explosions. Just quiet distance. You do not need to announce your exit. You do not need to fight for understanding. You simply need to walk in obedience. Heaven will handle the rest. The man beside you is smiling now. Not because the pain is gone, but because you finally see what he always hoped you would. You are stronger than this moment. And you are not alone. Even when he goes back to the place beyond, he leaves you surrounded. Angels assigned. Spirit guided. Light restored. And your prayers? Oh, your prayers will have new power now. Because they will come from clarity, not confusion. And heaven will respond faster. You will see signs again. Numbers. Birds. Dreams. Names you haven't heard in years showing up again in strange ways. This is not randomness. This is alignment. The universe is now adjusting to match your obedience. You said yes to the truth, and everything is shifting in your favor. And as for the woman, she will go on her own journey now. You don't need to punish her. God will deal with what He must. And if one day she returns changed, healed, humbled, heaven will show you. But until then, your only task is to walk forward. Without guilt. Without fear. With grace. Because the next door God opens for you is full of clean air, honest love, and divine favor. So breathe. Close your eyes and feel the truth of this moment. Let it sit in your bones. Let it become your protection. Let it become your power. Finally, God is exposing this woman. And finally, He is lifting you. So go. Rise now. If you believe in God, type Amen, subscribe.